Hello everybody and welcome back to part 12 of my Dyson Sphere program playthrough. Where we left off, we were looking for a good star to go to. But I've been thinking, is it worthwhile going to another star, or is it going to be better for us to maybe build a factory on another planet? Let's see what goes into it, because what we want to do is make a Dyson Sphere. Because I'm pretty sure that that's what we need to get the white cubes. We're doing this. More energy so we can warp more often. And then faster fuel, that makes sense. So one thing we need to be able to do is this, right? Photons to convert into antimatter, because antimatter is the only thing you don't have if you want to make these. Hello Razor, and how are you? And that's antimatter. Where does antimatter come from? I think we'll have to incubate it or something. Oh, I don't have these yet. Star sails for a Dyson swarm. Solar panels. Sorry. Yeah, I don't know what we're doing. I'm hoping when we unlock these, it will tell us. How fast are these researchers? They take a bit, don't they? Photons can be converted into antimatter. How can we get photons? This is the quest line along here, so it should be something here, right? There it is. Stored as photons. Under photon generation mode, the ray receiver will receive energy with extremely high power and store it as photons in a critical state. I'm thinking we're going to be making a big Dyson sphere, but the question is, in this area, or are we going to a different area? Am I going to warp to a different star first? The power's not great. I'm guessing because it's nighttime. At the moment we've got 94 megawatts just from the solar sails we've got everywhere. Yeah, so these make photons. Why won't it let me select it? Because I don't see a research here that we need to unlock to make photons. Wrong button. Photons. Let's see. So this is where we unlock it. Better power, that'd be good for it. And this lets me turn photons into antimatter and hydrogen. Yeah, I need to decide, do I want to risk it on this system and deal with the problem later if our resources start drying up? Or do I want to go to another system where some things will be easier to make? It's a hard choice. We're shooting at the sun, which is good. That means it's working. Hard decisions. Let's look at our crafting menu. If I need to make beans, how you guy needs a new name? So if I want to make a Dyson sphere, I believe I need these. Yeah, that's a lot of resources. If I start getting these, that's going to take away from our green cube, isn't it? Because that's what we've got the green cube here for. These go straight into the green cube. This looks like it's something that we only need to make a couple of though. So it could be something worth picking up and just crafting. They take 18 megawatts. What's our power like? 100% satisfied because it's daytime. Does it say anything different on the on these things now that it's daytime? Can I do the photon conversion and try that out? No. Requested power. Dyson sphere status. We're using 300 megawatts and it's only generating 95, I think. So that's why some of these are less effective, I think. You only need less than 500 more points. Good luck. Yeah. Making a Dyson sphere here could help, I guess. Or I can just put down a ton of batteries so that it works better at night time. If I was to go to a new star system, I'd want to stock up on some things first and get rid of some of the excess. You can 100% get it this stream. We'll see. Ooh. Alright. Oh, this is a slow one, isn't it? Why is it going so slowly then? It should be researching faster. Green? Yeah, green. What's gone wrong with our green? Nothing. It just had to stop for a moment. It's okay now though. Yeah, these things. You need those to make the gun thing, the vertical launching silo. Hold on. I want to craft one of these and see what they say. So I need 10 quantum chips. $20 graviton lenses and 30 frame material, which is silicon, titanium. I've got the silicon and titanium. I just need the spiniform. Spiniform's right here. You've been up all night and it's 4:58 AM right now. Why don't you rest? Wait, we've got none spare, do we? I need 10 of these things. Hi VV Space, how are you? I want these, I want these, I want these, I want these, I want these. 1, 2, 5, 6, I want 10 of them. Just picking them off the line, even if it slows purple down for a second. Easy. Okay, I want to make this, because what we load into it, by my understanding, is these, which as you can see we have a few processors spare, and frame material, which we don't have very many things spare for. You haven't been tired? That makes sense. But that's just titanium compared with graphene. I've got graphene here. Do I want to snatch some to make a Dyson sphere here, or do I want to do it somewhere else? I've got another supply of it through here. But this feeds into these already. And it makes the solar sails. Seem to be getting some use. Is it still growing? I think it's fairly consistently this much. They're shooting at pretty much the rate they're dying. So I need Dyson sphere components. I think I need carrier rockets to set it up as well. It's complex, but it can be done here, right? Same time, it could be easier just to go somewhere else. Let's look at the other stars again. I've had to think about the resources that I'd like to see in another system. So this one's got oil as the main thing. What I'd like to see is at least one of every resource that's not going to dry up. So in other words, the things that come from the gas giant, so hydrogen, deuterium, and what's the other one? Fire ice, I think. As well as crude oil, water, and sulfuric acid. Those are the ones I'd really like to see. So not so much the more rare things, but things like kimberlite, organic crystals, spiniform, they're just going to be bonus things. So I'm looking for something else this time. I'm looking for both water types, oil, fire ice, and those two. So this is a good one, but there's no oil. If this one had oil, that would have everything I want. I'm not too concerned about optical, kimberlite, fire ice. Fire ice comes down there, but you know what I mean. We'll make some things easier to make. And we'll basically have an infinite supply of things like sulfuric acid then if we just grab them basically. We just need to work out where we're headed. Kimberlite, sulfuric, nope. Oil, that's fire ice. Your Chromebook is fine for hours and now you're having network errors? No! Why? Crude oil fire ice. This is resource fire ice. I'd rather it from the giants, if possible. Sulfuric acid, water, almost. Fire ice, hydrogen, water, spiniform. Fire ice and crude oil. This one looks decent. It might be worth going here, but there's two water oceans. You can probably do better. That's a K-type. They might be worth looking at more. Sulfuric acid, water, hydrogen, deuterium, and fire ice. This is what I've wanted. Tramontana. The only thing is this is mineral fire ice. It's also got silicon, which can speed that up. It's got all the basics. This might be the one. Which way is it? So it's Tramontana. If I look forwards with north at the top, it's this one, the yellow one in the bottom right. Let's keep looking a little more. The more we look, the more this upgrades anyway. We may get a bigger battery before we leave. Oil, sulfuric acid, water, hydrogen, deuterium. That's it. How hot is it? Hold on, I can speed the stream up. There. Forgot to put it in performance mode. Oil, sulfuric acid, water, hydrogen, deuterium. This is everything except fire ice. How does that compare to the other one? Fire ice, acid, water, and the two. It's got oil. Oil's important. Without oil, we're not getting plastic. So Adheal's better. 17 light years away. Hopefully we'll have the fuel for that. Organic crystal, sulfuric acid, water. No. This is the best one so far, though. I'm definitely considering that. What's it like? Temperature 5,910 compared to where we are. We do have enough spare iron. I can probably ship it from another planet if we really need to. If I wanted to do it here. I feel like we'd have an easier time elsewhere. Oil, fire ice. This is a decent one. I just thought of something. This here. I remember I had more things that was leading the hydrogen in. Well, it's using a few, isn't it? Nice. I remember I had more that were eating these to stop this getting backlogged, and it looks like it's gotten backlogged, which is going to slow down the red and the oil, and that's going to slow down the solar sails. The solar sails are probably already dipping. They are. Yeah, let's fix this. Let's put them back. I picked them up because I thought it would be safe, but I don't think it's safe anymore. Let's fuel it. And go all the way to the end again. Oh, let's put one on the end and see if they still come. Come on. This will make everything a bit more efficient energy-wise. Anyway, it keeps the deuterium going, which keeps the green going. Because this is stopped, that's why the green stopped. That's why this is slowed down. Add another one, I'm thinking to. Yeah, it needs more, doesn't it? No, we can build more. Let's put all of them down. There's no reason not to. We've got plenty of resources. And then we don't have to come back here and worry about it at all. That's keeping it moving. Yeah, hopefully before it dips too far, like last time. We need to keep it functioning. I've got them all the way up here too. As long as they're moving, which it looks like they are, only barely. We definitely got ourselves a backlog. It still stops every now and then. Tell you what I'll do. I'll do the old trick. At the end, I'll put a storage. And I'll stack it up a bit. So just in case it does go past everything, it gives us some leeway. And because all of these should be eating it fairly quickly anyway. I don't actually need more, do I? This is just the backlog that's coming through now. When it's not backlogged, it will come through more slowly. Yeah, this is the long backlog. But there, it's more slow. That will work. What I want to see is not much getting to the end at all. Coming through more slowly yet? Or is it... Oh, it's all this backlog, I see. All this backlog's coming out. It is draining though. Then it will be more slow. Okay, while we wait for that, let's have another look at our map. Oh, this is almost done too. We're going to get a bigger battery. So which star were we up to? This way's front. We were looking down here, I think. We're at Adhill. Adhill was the most promising yet. That's bad. Bad. I like Adhill and I like this. Too bad we can't have a mix. What about this one? Oil, acid, water, no hydrogen source though, so there are no gas giants. Oil, fire ice, sulfuric acid, water, everything I want again. This one, lambda orage compared to Adhill. So that one's crude oil, fire ice, sulfuric and water. Oil, sulfuric acid, water. So this is the same thing, just with fire ice instead of hydrogen and deuterium. Interesting. Sulfuric acid, fire ice, water, but no easy way to get deuterium. Oil, sulfuric acid, almost. Hoping one of them is the one that we're looking for. Oil, water, fire ice, hydrogen. No natural deuterium. It's probably okay though. There's nothing... Yeah, there's no sulfuric acid here. Oil, fire ice, water. Unless I'm getting the good things, I might as well just stay where I am. Unipolar magnets are great. But that's the worst black hole. I think this black hole is better. There was another one. White dwarf. Yeah, it's going to make our solar panels bad though if we go here. Fractal silicon, optical grading, fire ice, water, no oil. If there's no oil, it's not worth it because we won't be able to make basic things. Oil, fire ice, sulfuric acid, water. This is good. Menka. Oil, fire ice, sulfuric, water. Yeah, it's better. Menka's the best yet. Even had oil. And it's got spiniform. This is real tempting. Let's keep looking next. I want to make sure I'm going to the best that's being offered. Why is it so hard to find? Crude oil, fire ice, spiniform, water, hydrogen, and deuterium. This is a tempting one too. Almycin. It's just got water. The only thing that I want that it's missing is sulfuric acid, which means we'd have to make that ourselves. So what was it between Menka and Almycin? Oil, fire ice, sulfuric acid, water. I don't know. I really don't know. I don't understand why they can't all just have oil, because oil's essential. At the moment it looks like it's one of the yellow ones to the left that I'm wanting to go to. Fire ice, hydrogen, spiniform, oil. No silicon. It's probably just a single planet. Okay. Oil, sulfuric acid, water, fire ice, and hydrogen. This is everything except deuterium. We'd have to process that hydrogen. Chaos Borealis. I'm thinking Mankart's not as far as the others. Ice and hydrogen. Let's think. What's the best way to get hydrogen? It's this, isn't it? No, hydrogen just comes as a byproduct from oil. That's going to be rough if it's our only source of hydrogen. Okay, we can get a lot of it, but to get this much of it, look how much oil we need to put through. Like you'll notice the red ones are barely even taking any. And they're all going this way. How much do they make? How much do these cost to make? Not actually that bad, are they? I'll just take a bit of lens. I had two in mind. Let's keep looking. Zoom out, go north, look front ways. We're looking at about this angle. So it was Chaos Borealis and Menkar that we're thinking of. Menkar is missing hydrogen and deuterium. Chaos Borealis is missing deuterium. This is a good one though. Crude oil. Organic crystal. No. Oil, acid, water, fire, ice, hydrogen. That's pretty good. That's pretty much all the way to the front. So let's work our way back around. If we get through these and there's none better, I think Chaos Borealis is the one that's most interesting. It's 24 light years away, so I think we'll want the research finished before we go. Otherwise it may be worth just going to the other one because it's closer. Neutron star. Don't know what we can do with that. Ooh. Spectral class X. No oil, no good. Don't even think about it. Oil, fire ice, 3 waters. We're back to Adhill. Well, I know which ones are my favourite, based on what I was looking for. Let's go back to where we are. It was this one and this one. 14 light years, 24. This one's got everything but the gas giants, so hydrogen will be difficult. This one's got everything except deuterium. Oil, acid, water, fire, ice, hydrogen. You can do stuff with hydrogen. This one doesn't even have hydrogen. We'll go here. Chaos Borealis. It's to the north. Oh, forwards in space, not north, whichever way forwards is. It's in the direction of, I'll see if there's one I can find that's named. It's in the direction of, it's between 64 Persei and Siegen. In the direction of Delta Trianguli. Somewhere over here. Why can't I select it? Do I need to unpin Delta perhaps? I want to pin it. We know where to find it now. Let's go back to our home world quickly. And stock up for the journey. Make sure we've got everything crafted because it's going to be a long journey. It's going to be a real long one. We're probably going to have to set up shop there and hopefully we don't need to build the cubes again. We may be able to set up a ship that delivers antimatter back here to get us the final ingredient. I think that's what we'll do. We'll ship it back and we'll get the white cubes made while we're here. Like we'll ship it back, we'll come back and set it up here afterwards so it can actually accept them. Assuming everything's still working and nothing's broken itself. Which, all things considered, something will probably break itself. These. Photon generation. Is it the road that I need? Weird. Not an option. Perhaps it comes later. That's what I like to see. These not getting fuel. That means it's not really backlogging it. Is this empty yet? Yeah. It's just passing through it. I put one more just to be extra sure. I can. I don't care if half of these don't get used later on. because it's good for now, I'm thinking I'll just bring the road out and lead it back around. It lets me put it through anywhere. That's not gonna work. Oh, I can do it around here, that's easy. And if it backlogs anyway, these will fill, but it gives it a way for these to empty as well. Because a lot of this is probability, so sometimes more will come through than other times. Because it's about 1% that converts to these. But sometimes more will come through, so I want to be sure that it's not going to get itself permanently backlogged. This should even it out. By having a return mechanism of some sort. And that will refuel these, so we'll get a bit of a power surge for a little bit. So it just fills in the gaps. It's not going to slow this down. The other path has priority because it was there first. Good. Green stopped again. Looks like it's starting up, maybe. Probably waiting on these crystals now that I think about it. Okay, so what I want to do is I want to go to another system and just build a Dyson sphere. And the solar sails and all those things. And we need to stock up for that journey. So. What do I want? Like maybe a stack of each of the main things, so 20 of these, which is iron. As I pull these out, it'll probably make the rest of the factory get less power, because more of it will be diverted here while it rebuilds everything. But yeah, I do want a good stack of things. Want to be off to a good start, you know. A super magnetic ring. I've got those. This is the factory. Build some, because these will be harder to get later on. Uniform. Of course, we don't have a good supply of that on this planet. Where am I looking? I'm on top of it, aren't I? No. I keep getting turned around. It's over here. I wonder, can I snatch it out before it crafts with it? Is that a thing I can do? I can. Yoink. It'll craft with it later, probably. Yeah, it's gonna pick them up soon anyway. So I have 5 of these, let's get 5 more. Okay, we're going to need a lot of things then. purple will stop for a second probably, because I'm taking all of its things. No, 10's probably enough. These I don't need to use them that often anyway. Why don't I have these? I thought I crafted these as well. Oh, because they go into these, I see. So for each of these I make, it grabs off one of those. That's fine. Make 3 more, I guess. And then I only have 7 left. So I want about 20 of each of the power things. Equates to about 40 more of these spiniform things. I think. And more engines. So, that's the wrong bit, but the right direction. Oh, and there's still more I don't have. We're getting 3 more already. Just a bit more spiniform. Spiniform, no. What's it called? The mesh or whatever. Spiniform's used to make it. It's called carbon nanotube. I've been saying it wrong this whole time. I'm so silly. There's 2 more of those. And let's get 20 of these also. Hopefully I haven't crafted a stupid amount of them. Yeah, this will be the last big chance we've got to pick up a lot of these ingredients, so I want to make sure I've got all the things I can easily build, which is pretty much everything from here. I'll set up a factory similar to this just to get me a lot of basic things when we're in the new system, but I want to be prepared. I don't want to have to dig manually or anything, or spend too long getting the power. We've got a lot of upgrades, so hopefully setting up in a new place won't take us as long as setting up here took us. That's my theory. Yeah. Oh, we're still crafting. Okay, I've got 7 wind turbines. To get more, I need coils. Because we don't know very much about what the system's going to be like when we're in it, do we? Not at all. Thermal power stations, we definitely took a lot of these. Let's get more concrete, that looks like something we probably need. No, it doesn't. We've got plenty of concrete, what are we missing? Gears? And iron. My plan is, by the time I've got this, this will be fairly close to being done, so if we do get stuck out in space, we won't be fully stuck, because I've got 70 plus 15 space warps on me, so I can travel a fair bit. but it stops every time my battery drains, and as I'm warping, it drains quickly. So if we get stuck out there, this should complete itself anyway in time. And when it completes, we'll actually recharge faster than usual. Okay, so this is 4 that we've got at the moment. There we go. 18. 20 mini power stations. What's missing from here? More of this carbon nanotube stuff, huh? Okay then. Converts the huge energy released by the reaction of deuterons into electrical energy. Ooh. Probably won't be using those. I'm more interested in these, honestly. I should have left the box here. Oh well. We've got a planet nearby that's got the crystals on it anyway. Just hope the guns don't shoot me. That'd be an anticlimactic end. Iron. Of all the things we could have run out of, it's just iron again. Funny. Let's bring 20 magnets with us. That's fine. More water pumps would be nice. Do I know of a way to get tons of coal? You dig for it. Right? Stop pulling my mouse away from me. You just find it and you grab it. You hate that? If you want tons of coal, I have a fancy machine. You can do something like this. Let me demonstrate real quickly. You just put down the mining thing. You put down a box. Maybe put an arm between the two or something. You go like this. Make sure there's a power supply. Yeah, box needs to go a bit further. And you can get raw coal like that. An arm between the road and the box. And it will stack it up nicely. Mini fusion power station. I somehow can't see myself using too many of those. Okay, we've got 2 more of these made. I want 4 more, which means tier 1 engines and iron. Where's our beacon? There it is. Oh wait, hang on. What do you mean? You can make oil into coal? How? You can do that? No? I don't think so. Yeah, okay. If you say so. From the oil factory. That explains everything. Iron. Yeah, I know I can steal some of that. Maybe. got 2. That will bring us to 16. Which means I want 4 more. Good. Look at the factory recipes. Like this one. This is what the oil refinery gets. You can't get coal from it. You get refined oil. Coal is its own thing. You just mine for it. Why do you need so much coal? Engine. Strong. Oh wow, this is backlogged, isn't it? Okay. That's fine. Roads I'll get just before we leave. Splitter, I'll make 5 now. Boxes. You're making tons of plastic. Plastic. You don't... Oh, you do need coal. You need coal and refined oil. That's just single refined coal. I'll show you how I'd do it. I've got some coal systems over here. Maybe. I probably got a better one on another planet somewhere. Yeah, this is a badly done one. I've just smelted it once and I stockpile it there. I'll show you my plastic factory actually. That's over here. So I feed through oil and water, and it gets through because of course it does, or just oil I guess. And I get a lot of coal things coming through to feed in as well. Hi VT Kadachi, I'm alright, how are you? I also have a factory, a box here I didn't even notice. I'll take that, thank you. Actually, whoops. I didn't want to do that. There. Okay. So where it comes from. This is how I get so much of it. So how I do it is I mine the coal, and the coal usually gets. Did I literally put this on a single coal? What's wrong with me? Or is it that it's dried up? There used to be more here. It's gone now though. Oops. Yeah, we definitely need to go to another system, don't we? Oh no. Yeah, but how I did it... Oh, this is going to slow down hugely. Well, this one's still getting more at least. That's just the raw stuff though. Yeah, my resources are drying up, so I've decided yes, we will be going to a new star system. And we'll be... I don't know if it's worth coming back though. I don't know if it's going to be worth sending things back. I think when we set up the Dyson sphere and we're getting the photons or whatever from it, we'll come back here and see if it's working even less than before. And if it's working less, we won't bother sending anything back. We'll just make the cubes in the new zone as well. With all our excess power from the Dyson sphere, which hopefully we'll get a lot of power from that. You'd hope it would make a lot of power. But yeah. Research. Watch as these green cubes come. It's gonna light up. Maybe. Wow. A beautiful rainbow. This game is the quest to make a rainbow. Yeah, we're fine processes, but these things, yeah, they're not happening. Probably because the coal dried out. That's probably why a lot of things have slowed down, especially purple. Well, forgetting for a second that purple's backlogged. It won't be so backlogged when green comes through again, because I've got like, I've got a couple research upgrades down here. I've got 2 of them, which increases my research speed, so when the cubes go in, they go in. So it tends to jump down a lot and then wait, rather than be a constant tick, you know? Yeah, this is bad. Either way, we need to continue stocking up. That's fine, I think. How many boxes stack? 22. Can I get more of these? I can get 7. Where'd they go? They stack. We get nowhere near enough of the iron. Nowhere near. We go through this really quickly. I think iron's one of the things that goes into most recipes at the rate we've been using it. We're stocking up before we go to another star. For real this time. What's this? Replicator. What's it do? Oh, of course. No, it's a chemical facility. Where did I see oh, that's the heading. It's a chemical plant that I'm after. Glass. Oh, miss this factory. If we don't come back. Okay, we got 15. That's good. Fractionator, let's get 20. Just like that. Miniature particle colliders, these are important. And they're tricky to make. Definitely don't want to be without these later on. They cost 50 of those. And odds are we'll need them. Where am I going? The beacon's over here. Which is where my engines are. Engines are very important. Oh, whoops. I think we might need to make a few trips here. Okay, what's going on here? I need these again. Purple can wait a second. Why not? Alright, Rui takes a lot of these, doesn't it? I think I can just take them all. Takes 6 or so of them. Yeah, I'm gonna need to have a lot of these. I don't like how it takes so long to stock up sometimes. I should put a box here, shouldn't I? It just like takes from one of them, maybe. This is getting annoying. And if I need to come back for more later. Can I get one? Yeah, it takes 20, so it's going to take 80 just for one. I'm going to need like 800 of the stuff. To make more of those, so I think I'll craft the other things and come back for these. Particle containers, I know where we can get those. They go into the green ones. Yeah, miniature particle colliders are needed for these. They're definitely required. How many was I needing? Or I can just get graphene, copper, and tier 2 engines. That's probably better. Let's do that. And stealing from the green. Tier 2 engines. Copper. And graphene. Just over here somewhere. Wrong way. Got a box of it near the plastic. Don't I? Yes. And steel. Can't be easy, can it? Steel. Yeah. How many do we have? 5, 6, 7, 8. 2 more, if possible. One more. Which just needs the engines again. Good. I need these. Tricky, but doable. I could do those in a new system if I needed to. These I never really understood all too well. It might be worth making 10 of them just in case. I've already got one. It'll go onto the same stack. Oh no, I just realised if these aren't going through, they're not going to the solar sails and they're not... Uh-oh. How about we do one arm in? Or even better, we do something like this, so it only steals from one of them. So we need those to go through or our sun's gonna not be doing too well. You can already see half of them are gone. Oops. The gas giant's not helping things hide in the sun like that either. Okay, it's going back up now. That could have been really bad. Alright. So I wanted these, didn't I? Titanium. Titanium alloy. I need to go to the other planet to pick that up. No, one of them's probably enough. These will just take coils. Oh, this way. Works. Make 3 more guns. Bring that to 20. 8 more of these. Which needs more steel. How many do I have researching? 4. 6. 10. These are trickier. These are a whole different topic. Assembler. What exactly are you meant to load in? The drones or the launch a small carrier rocket loaded with Dyson sphere components? So we need carrier rockets. I'm guessing it's similar to the things over there that are the cannons that they're shooting, in that you need to load in the components. But I'm thinking it's similar to the trading area where you need to have the drones to actually move them. I'm thinking it's like a combination. So it'll probably be something worth making in the other area. We've got sulfuric acid in the star I was going to, right? Because sulfuric acid, without needing to craft it, That'd be real nice. The star I wanted to go to was this one. Yeah, sulfuric acid, oil, water, fire ice, hydrogen. It's good. It's a nice one. It's not power, is it? No, it's just that it's set. Could make one before we go. And place it and see how it works. It's going to take 20 graviton lens, which we can probably pull out of one of the green towers somewhere. $20 of them. So it's got 18. It's got 19, more than enough. Even if it stops the green for a second. And then we need quantum chips, titanium alloy, and frame material. How much frame material? 30 of it. Which means more spiniform, which hopefully we have a stockpile of now. Because of that one box I put here. Here it is. Nice. Yeah. I'm actually going to be sad when we don't have this anymore, which we'll need to do everything from scratch. No. But I feel like leaving is our only real option. Could send things back, but it probably won't be as efficient as if we just make everything again in the new area. I think we set it up. If it's still working, we set it up here, send them back here, so it can make white cubes, and we can get the final research things going. And if not, if it's stopped working, if any of the colors have dried up, we don't bother with that. We set them up again. Or we just set up that color specifically and ship that back as well. That's an option. I need to set up a factory to make space warps. Probably just a modified green cube factory, really. The green cubes, instead of going anywhere, they just go through and make the warp. And that can feed into my ships, hopefully. So my ships have a constant supply of fuel. I remember, this takes quantum chips, so I can just look in here and take them out from the green cubes as well, yeah? Like there's one there, probably more up here, 2. Need like 10, didn't we? Okay, so just titanium and titanium. Easy. Because we haven't made any of these cannons before. We've made those cannons, but those cannons are for the solar sails, not for the Dyson sphere. So that's why it's so much more complex. How much work goes into making... Not too much. When all the elements are on different planets, it's too much. We won't have the energy from the sun as is, or from anything unless you make hundreds of wind turbines, for example, to put down more stations. Even then we're going to be backlogged from all the bad decisions I made early on. Alright. Oh, that's what the particle things are for as well. I used them for this to guarantee some deuterium getting sent back. It goes back whenever these crystals aren't coming through. When these crystals come through, the hydrogen gets picked up. If the hydrogen's not getting picked up when these dry out, because these only come through sometimes, that's where we get the deuterium from, the green crystals. And from the gas giant. Probably need to set up some of these, won't I? Let's pick up as much of this as it'll let us have. That will do. Not technically as much, but this planet's so far out, and we get titanium sent back, but not the alloy. Alright. I can craft one now. It'll be a moment though. It's going to be interesting starting from scratch, even if it's a bit of a scary thought. I thought I had a box somewhere for that. I do. Yeah, Yellow's not doing too well because I diverted half of Yellow's resources this way. To make these crystals. This resource doesn't matter, that's fine. Because when you look at it, it's backlogged the whole way. I've got that many smelters, it doesn't even matter. What else was I here for? Got, except for those, mini fusion power station, but I don't see myself using them. I need more roads and arms, which at the moment I don't know whether it's really the arms that I need, or whether it's more that I need, what's the word? I don't know whether it's the arms that I need, or whether I just carry a few of each engine type so I can upgrade, and I can choose whether I want to upgrade the arms, the roads. I think that's better. I'll keep the engines and the graphene. Where did I get that last crate from? Do I have a second stack? No, it's the one stack. And that's where the deuterium comes in, when it feeds through these. what do we need? Where did I get all these wind turbines from? Have I crafted too many things? Oh well. Still never understood these. Let's go back. If I don't have a storage of deuterium anywhere. I could have just picked it up off the trail there, but no, I need it sent back. Because it's the only way I can get the strange matter. The star we're wanting to go to is this one. It's not pinned, but I know where it is. It's far away. We should be okay. I wanted more particle colliders, didn't I? Even if they're expensive. Yeah, I stopped midway through my particle colliders to give the carbon nanotubes a chance to give the carbon nanotubes a chance to stack in the box. That will refuel me a bit better. Is this backlogged again? No? Just probably don't have enough of these machines. Oh well. This is gradually going back up to where it should be. I think I came here for the nanotubes so I could get more of these. Because these will be tricky to get in the other zone, and you could see earlier I needed a lot of them. Yeah, look at this. How sad's that? This was one of the first factories I built. It's got like 6,000 in each rock. This one, on the other hand, is doing a bit better. This was one I added earlier to supplement it. I think that's the word. Came here. For those. Get another 3 now. Notice the engines and graphene again. These are tier 3 engines, aren't they? I don't know how many more of those I'll have to use. But I want to get what I can from here. I don't want anything to go to waste, especially if they're not coming back. Tier 3. grab all of them. It'll restock if we do come back, hopefully. Carbon nanotubes. Worst thing is I can't see how many I've actually queued. There are more resources, but the number of things that are drying up, I don't think it's worth feeding it back in. At least not now, until we can actually see what's dried up. Once it dries up, we'll fix it then. We've got plenty of warps. And our thing's going to recharge faster in a moment as well whenever this is done. So I'm trying to make more of... I've got 4 more. That's good. Let's go for 10. I've got more carbon nanotubes somewhere else, don't I? Or are these the only ones? No, it's plastic everywhere else. What am I thinking of? Definitely need a factory for those. It'll be pretty easy to make a factory for these in the other zone. We'll just need some of these, which are tricky to make, and some fire ice. Full accumulators. How many accumulators have I got? If I'm close to that, 17. Let's cycle them out. We've got 3 full ones here, I think. And we can get at least one thing from the gas giants straight away. Cool. Let's replace those. Are they full already? No. They're getting there though. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Why not? If I want 3 more batteries, that's just some iron. Iron's easy to get. And we're pretty much ready to go. I just need to pick up the things I actually wanted to carry with me. We don't need that much copper or that much titanium. It's pretty good. Hello, Gradient Cat. Oh, I almost forgot what I needed. These. How is space going? We've worked out what sun we want to go to. And I've memorized where it is. And we're just stocking up for the journey once again, because we've spent a lot of our things since the last time we stocked up. You appear and now you must go again. Okay, take care, Soko. Hi, bye. I'm crafting a lot of things still. This is one that I wanted to craft real bad. I wanted to see what actually goes into the Dyson sphere. Because we're starting the Dyson sphere as soon as we're there. Because of that, it's probably worth grabbing some sails, isn't it? Just to kickstart a Dyson swarm if we need to. Should do something, right? Yeah, I'll place this down and see what's required. I'm guessing these are what you supply it with, and these make the journey. And I'm thinking these are similar to the logistics, but when we craft this, I'll place it down and we'll know for sure. Apparently these give photons. It says photon generation there, but I don't have the option. Maybe it unlocks when that unlocks, I don't know. Locked. Is this related? Graviton lens. So that's what that's for. Here we go. What do they have to say about this thing? Oh, it's massive. Where can I put it? I just want to put it somewhere, not even powered it. I don't want to power it because then it's going to drain everything else. I just want to see what the tutorial guy says about it.
You have built a vertical launching silo. Now you can use it to construct the main structure of the Dyson sphere.
No wonder it took so much to craft. It's huge.
You need to enter the Dyson sphere panel to finish planning the Dyson sphere nodes and frames. After the plan is completed, the vertical launching silo will automatically launch small carrier rockets loaded with Dyson sphere components to build the nodes and frames. Each rocket provides one structure point, and you can use the vertical launching silo panel to master the required structured points.
So is it the kind of thing where I need more than one of these buildings, or? It launches 5 per minute. So if I have a huge supply of small carrier rockets, I'd want more to launch, obviously, wouldn't I? Okay, so there's layers. A build plan. What? Latitude too high stress system. Ah, so I can only do it in this ring until later. I guess. Or I can add layers. I see. And the existing layers like this. If I add a new layer, for example, sure, anywhere. So that's how we're blocking it out. This is the default one. Alright. So it's a matter of balancing how many of these we have with how many rockets we have with the rockets to carry the parts. But the parts go into them when you build them. Does that just mean you fire them off once? It's a bit confusing. How many of these have I made? 3, 4, 5, 7. Eight. 2 more. We'll take this with us, thanks. I want to put that in the other zone. There's not enough resources here anymore. And all the resources are too far spread. We're going to need that many. There we go. That'll be about all we need. Let's get rid of some of our excess things. Make sure we're stocked up on the important ones. Oh, I need more. I need more of these. Five more. And I need more tier 2 engines if I want more. I think I can get more of those. We do have more, right? Yeah, plenty. How many have we got? 13 plus however many it says here. 5. I want 2 more then. We're pretty good to go. We've got the roads. We've got a few things. The ones you really want will be graphene. Some tier 1 engines would be helpful too. Don't want too many, just enough. Iron, steel. Circuit boards are a bit boring for this. Graphene. Plastic don't need. We'll work out plastic when we're there. Plenty of roads, maybe a few more arms. Iron and circuit boards, of course. That's why we need the basics, because if we use a lot of arms, this will let us restock it. Don't need that many. I only wanted like 100 of them. Oh, I didn't see. I had it all down there. 3 stacks, 3 stacks, 3 stacks. This is my fuel, I need more. Probably craft some of this fuel. Just need some deuterium, which we have. That's my backup fuel. I've already got a slot for that in here, somewhere. Where is it? There. So I'd like another 7, which is going to be 70 deuterium. Pick this up, please. Eleven more. I'll hold on to those. Those are probably some of the easiest power sources to get and use. These are decent too, but they don't go nearly as far as the as far out as the other ones do. They. Let's compare. How far off from the power source can this go? Until the line breaks. You can hit here. What about the other one? The one that's long range. About the same. So these work the same, but they just have larger area coverage. Huh. Thruster, reinforced thruster. Could be some pretty easy things to set up if we need, because we want those and we want them to combine with do the drones count as a building? No, these ones. Just take deuterium, processors. Yeah, we can do that. Hello, that guy from Poland, how are you? Two quantum chips. Huh. How many of these have I got? I have... Where am I looking? I'm trying to find... I'm trying to remember what I'm trying to find. I've got one quantum chip. That's not what I was thinking of though. Right, these. 13. We want 7. There we go. Alright, just a few things left to craft before we can take off for the new star. And I'm kind of curious. Let's follow the deuterium to the green cubes. What's this backlog? Graphene. Yeah, the backlog's being shipped off planet, isn't it? Deuterium's coming in from 2 sources. what I wanted. Just look in here and see if I can get a single quantum processor from somewhere. Or I can just get it. Quantum chip. That's what I'm talking about. We're going to actually see how this works. And then I'll recall it if it lets me. These are kind of cheap to make, so I'm not too worried. Just took a little bit of everything. Okay, so if I put it here, I'm guessing I can feed it in automatically, but this time I want to do it manually. And just see what happens. Alright, where's my little drone thing that I just crafted? Oh no, it's gone to the end of my crafting log, hasn't it? We need to wait for it. It takes 60 kilowatts, so this doesn't take much power at all. Unlike the trading stations. Oh. Ah, it only takes so much when it crafts. And that's where we put the warpers in. That makes sense. That wouldn't need to be too quick. And that's only if we want to transport stuff between, which we don't know if we want to do yet. Can I speed up the crafting? Come on. We're almost past the lengthy ones, aren't we? Another 10 minutes. Yikes. Hi Dino, how are you? I'm waiting for the crafting to finish. We know what star we're going to. I can point it out. I've worked it out. I remember where it is. It is the opposite side of Delta Trianguli, and it is one of these. I'll know the name when I see it. This is the one. That's the star you want to go to. Chaos Borealis. It doesn't let me pin it for some reason. Well, I don't think there's anything else I can really prepare myself with, is there? I just need to wait for the crafting to finish. And I'm definitely going to organize something in the other system that automates these. That's going to be my first mission. Actually getting the Dyson sphere up and going, and then getting the cubes up. The antimatter ready. In that order. You played the Broken Economy Simulator yesterday, Elite Dangerous. Broken Economy? Water. Who needs to bring water when you're going on a space trip to an alien sun? You don't need water, we'll find water there, surely. We don't need water to survive. We cannot fuel ourselves with water. Can I position myself so it looks like an emote or something? Not quite. Almost, but not quite. Also, look at this road. This is my yeet road. This is tier 3 road, this one. 30 per second. It's a fun road. Right, that was one of the other things I wanted to bring with me. A lot of graphene. Graphene's a bit of a pain. Avali yeeter. Yeet! Don't yeet the Avali. That is illegal. Some glass, some concrete. Why not? It is the law. See, if I cancel this, all these extra ingredients are going to come into my inventory and I'm not going to have the room for it. How much does it cost to increase my inventory a little more? Is that an option? Or am I already max? Yeah, it's one more. It's one more. I can enqueue it. It's cheaper than what I'm researching. But this is going to let me do space travel in less warps. And it's going to make the space travel less painful. It's going to... Look. Our fuel power. 200 kilowatts recharge, 400 kilowatts recharge, 600 kilowatts recharge, 800 kilowatts recharge. This single research will double how fast it recharges. The first flight will still be painful, but after that, it should be fine. Yeah, it's taking a while because I've stolen half of the ingredients, haven't I? Half of the ingredients that the green cubes needed. Crazy factory. And rainbows. Wow. No! Where did the rainbow go? I could bring the cubes with me, but what's the point? If the resources run out, I could always ship the backlog over, or instead of shipping the backlog, I can just put a station here, for example, and give it some warp cores and say deliver all 5 to the other system. Or I can go to the other system and say deliver this one item back. I'm not sure which is going to be better for me. Why did this research finish already? A snowstorm outside. What is the temperature? How cold? It's got to be below 0, right? No, if I just keep a few blue cubes, green cubes. Green cubes are basically just condensed. That moment when you realize that green cubes are just condensed space warpers. So I don't need to have a stack of 73. If I had like 100 green cubes, it'd be the equivalent of a stack of 800. RIP. Minus 12. It's never that cold here. Almost done. Minus 20. I know why the green slowed down. Because we've picked up all the engines. Look, I'll follow the lines and it'll make sense. So here's the green. The green relies on shipments of quantum processors, quantum chips. They come from the other planet. So that's why it's at a standstill. But another thing that would be slowing it down would be the lack of engines coming through here. I think it's engines. No, the engines come here. Oh no, they're coming through alright. Yeah, it's only one of my constructors over there that's slowed down because of all the engines I picked up. The rest completely ignore the box and just come here. It's not bad. I mean, it's bad because if it was good, these would be all functioning instead of just the first two. Oh, we have ships. Wait, how many ships am I making? Wait. Where are my ships? It's almost done. Then we can jump into space and get stranded without batteries. Yeah, we'll be fine. If it takes way too long, these will finish researching and we'll get double recharged battery speed. So why do I have so many of these in my inventory? Remove them. Got no use for them. That lets me easily track the progress if I leave it open. Warp drive is an advanced yeeter. Okay, warp drive is okay for Rivali. Yeet is not. Fuel rods, and we're going to get this, and we're going to put it in here. See what it does. See if it builds the Dyson sphere on its own, constantly. See if having the Dyson sphere lets us get photons. I don't know what stage that happens. It may be the case that these two, instead of being used to craft it, perhaps it's being loaded in to go out to make the sphere. I'd like to see what impact one of these has. These aren't solar panels. It's not solar panels anymore. This will be for the sphere itself. You need, I imagine you need way more than just one, but I want to put one in because I'm curious. I'll automate it in the new system. Idle, no demand. Open editor, 1. Oh, yikes, which one do we want? I think that's to stabilize it first, perhaps. The shell. I don't know how to do a build plan. Oh, I need to actually... I don't know what I'm doing. Did it yeet it yet? Ah! Oh, that's complex, isn't it? How am I meant to do this then? So make a node. You'd have to load them in. I don't know what this is about. It's weird. I've got something up there. That's not a solar panel. Remove node? No, not when it's the only one we have. So we can make it grid-like. Or we can do it like this, I guess. Probably through all these triangles. Don't know how many triangles across we want it to be. Triangles are better, but we can only do a ring. We don't have the research or anything for the rest of it. So what I want to know is, does it build them all, but just slowly? Or do we need to constantly load in more of those ships? Graticule. Geodesic graticule, what? What does that even mean? What does that even mean? You gotta go? Alright, take care, Dino. Build plan shell. Ooh, what? What? Why are they lighting up? Thank you. Geodesic and graticule. I guess graticule, why not? I don't know who put me in charge of this. I'm guessing every little bit that I build in here every little bit will take one of those drones loaded in. So we need a steady supply of drones, and it does 5 a minute apparently, which is like 1 every 12 seconds. Definitely something to do in a new system with more resources. It's not going to happen here. No way. Oh, look at that again. It had 3 entry points. Looks like it's just a road, right? No, perhaps an arm then. Is that the kind of system this is? Yeah, it's an arm system. So I can load in the ships via an arm. And the ships are all it needs to build it. I don't actually need to load frame components in. The frame components come with the rockets. As you can see, they're an ingredient there. It looks like you just really need silicon, deuterium, and probably titanium for the parts, don't we? So deuterium and titanium, those are the rare ones there. A fair few complex things go into this. But all we need is a production line for this one item. If you can get a production line for these and load them in, it'll make itself. We'll just need to set out the plan before it launches it. So we actually have to design the Dyson sphere. We got everything? I think we do. Let's just load in that many of those, pick up 2 more, and then we'll load our deuterium so we can fly fairly easily, hopefully. So ready to go, I think. All our crafting's done. Ah. Wrong zone. few more of these and we're good to go. We want a fully charged suit by the time we go out there. We want best chances to make it in as few warps as possible. Bit scary. Going to a new place where it's going to be so hard to get back from. Alright, where is it? It's one of these. Persei is similar. Delta Triangulite, it's in this direction then. And the one we want, it's one of these yellow ones nearby. Stop curving. This is the one. 24 light years. Let's wait till we're charged, then activate the warp. So we can charge just drifting. I want to get the most out of these warps because if we run out, it's going to be real hard getting back. This should be a good system though. It was the one that appealed the most. I don't think it has any gas giants though, which is probably its main downfall. It might have a gas giant. If it doesn't, I don't think it's that bad. We'll say, caps lock is a weird key to use to activate warp. Where'd it go? Where did it go? I'm panicking. We're going this way. It's a little to our left. We haven't gone too far yet. We're actually making pretty good distance. Better distance than the last time, but that's the benefit of having twice as large of an engine this time. Chaos Borealis. We're actually still headed pretty much for it. Scary when it disappears and you think maybe you've gone too far. But the smart thing to do is to open up the map and do not turn around. Right, we're stuck out in space, our engine's flat. Nice. And we can course correct. 8 light years. To boldly go where no Valley has gone before. I think we're the only one in this whole system anyway. Otherwise someone would probably object to us making Dyson spheres in all their suns. Welcome back, Razor. How are you? Hope everything's going well. Now I can speed up normally before I activate warp. Let's do that. Maybe it will make our warp faster if we're sailing faster to begin with. It's worth a shot. Oh, also, I forgot to do this. I want these in while I'm waiting for it to recharge, yeah? It'll recharge quite quickly then. I'm going to speed up like this till we hit 2000 meters a second, and then I'm going to activate warp again. when it's fully charged. This is going to be our new system. I don't know what it's like. I haven't been here before. All I know is what I've seen on the star map. Which is this. It's got oil, sulfuric acid, water, fire ice, and hydrogen. Which is quite nice. It's also got spiniform, so we can take a shortcut to getting the carbon nanotubes. And organic crystals, so we'll probably just have to go through plastic to get the organic crystals anyway, unless it's a vein. Which it looks like it's a vein. Ah, so it's not like the other one where you have to mine the trees to get it. It actually comes in a vein this time. No, that's real good. We probably don't even... that's one thing we don't need plastic for. I think this is a good choice of one to come to. It's got to have a fire and ice giant. If it's got hydrogen and no deuterium, that's my theory. Either that or it's a gas giant and another gas giant that's hot or cold. I don't know. Deuterium will be trickier than where we came from, but a handful of things will be easier. So it should balance out, and it should balance out more in our favor than not. There was one other one which I was interested in. I'll show that on the map while we wait for it to recharge again. So first we go north, then we look forwards, which is this way. There's this one down here somewhere. Menkar. Menkar also interested me. This one had fire ice in veins, but it had no gas giant because there's no hydrogen or anything here. And I didn't want to be bottlenecked by hydrogen. Even though the fire ice had come out from here a bit more quickly, because it's from a vein instead of having to ship it. Those are my two favourite ones. If this one turns out to actually be no good, we can come back and go there instead. They're both good. This one's, there's a signal for everything. It's good. 2 types of ocean. Crude oil, it's very important. Almost there, we can probably just warp. I'm just looking at the bottom right, the target distance. I'm gonna skip right past this one. What's in this one? Oh, we're actually in the system already. What? Yeah, you can see why I've skipped past this one. There's barely anything here. We're close enough to actually see in the system now. It's got a gas giant, a planet with fire ice veins, and and bad energy all around. Look at that. And this one, which is just boring, doesn't even have titanium. You need planets that have titanium and silicon, really. Those are the competitive planets. The one that I'm going to, it doesn't say how much. We'll know how much it's got when we're there, though. Let's swap when we're at like 1,000. Make sure we get there in the next warp. A 1,000 megajoules. Those are megajoules, right? Or is the J another unit of measurement that I'm not familiar with? Actually, maybe 1,500 because we were at like 7 or 8. And we had about 500 then. We've moved forward about 3 light years in that last warp. If we need 5 more light years, 1,500 will be more than enough. 1,200 would probably do it, but I don't want to waste my warps. If we're lucky, this system will be able to do everything we need. He'll be able to set it up quickly because we've got half the things unlocked already, so we don't have to slowly research through from the beginning. We can just go down, set it up exactly how we need it. I'd like to set up a few boxes just to get the basic materials so I can manually craft things if I really need to. And maybe one for the roads. But nothing efficient. I'll just find a planet that's the worst of them all and the most out of the way. Or perhaps the one in the middle so I can make a journey there and back quickly. Like I say, there's 4 planets or 5. I'd do the middle one. And I'd put my resource factories there that just craft things for me and put them in boxes without really applying them to anything. Because I'm not flying back 24 light years just to get the just to go back for some roads, you know. We need to have our own system in place over here. Almost there. Waiting till 1.5. I really hope the planets are nice. I hope there's lots of windy ones and ones that have good solar effects on them. Starlink, the constellation of internet satellites. I don't understand the reference, sorry. There's at least 4 planets. I see a 4 there. 5. One of them is a gas giant though. Cancel? If we go too far. No. Okay, it's 4 orbits. The nearest one has the sulfuric acid that we want. And it's got all the basic resources. Good solar energy, lovely. This one, good wind energy, no silicon, lame. The third one is a gas giant with oil, organic crystal and spiniform. This one may be the one where we put our standard factory. It's got no titanium though. We're going to have to set up a lot of ships again. Or we might put it here. Because this is the furthest out one. This one's going to be useless for making specialty things. Like it's got nothing substantial about it. It's just got all the elements. This one's straightforward. This one's oil, which is where we'll need to do a lot of our main things. We'll also be able to easily ship the fire ice and hydrogen to here. The ships won't need to go very far. This one will be kind of useless. This one, sulfuric acid. This one would be good to get energy from somehow. If we ever work out how to use those things to give energy. And sulfuric acid. Perhaps we'll just ship it off from this planet. Hold on. How long is a day here? Or is this literally not rotating at all compared to the sun? Does it always have the one side facing? Because this would be real good for solar panels then. Maybe not as useless as it seems. No, I see a rotation, it's just really slow. Looking where the light hits it. Yeah, it is rotating. Are any of them like that? Are they always facing? Because that would be a really good place to put the cannons and stuff on. Oh, yeah, this one's easily rotating. I don't know, this one seems... If it is rotating, it's pretty slowly. There you can see this line, it's passing beyond each of them. It's just a slow orbit. So when it's good, but when it's bad, it's bad. It'll be nighttime for a while. Have we landed yet? No. Should probably land before we do much more. So this is a fairly boring planet. This is where I want to just set myself up. The one in the center is probably pretty decent for the cannons. If we can find somewhere they're pretty much always facing. Maybe on the pole. They'd have a pretty good angle from there. We landed. So this place just has the basics. It's got a lot of them. All I wanted to do was to set up basic construction. Doesn't have much copper. Can fix that later though. I do like the look of the other planet though, the one close in with the sulfuric acid, but I'll use that for something else. This one isn't so good for my basic recipes because it's missing silicon. It's got plenty of copper though. I can ship some off from there to here. How much resources is in this system entirely? Heaps. Silicon's one of the worst off. Got a fair bit of spiniform. Where's the spiniform? That's this one, isn't it? This is a great planet. This one may be the one where we end up putting the cannons. Or we put the cannons on the real close one, build the parts for the cannons here and ship them off. I think that's more likely. Like we ship off the solar sails to this one because this one's got a fairly stable orbit. No, not that one. It's ridiculous. This one. Definitely not exact. Or is it? Not too sure how to feel about this. The planet's not moving, right? On our screen. We're moving with the planet. We can see the sun. It's going to come around. We're going to get a sunrise over here. So it does rotate. It's just hard to notice. Or is it going to the left? Yeah, this is orbiting anti-clockwise, isn't it? We're looking at the one spot, we're definitely getting some kind of sunrise. Well, either way, I'd want to put the cannons and things here even if it is nighttime half the time. It's going to be nighttime half the time everywhere anyway. Because if I do it here, I mean, I've learnt my lesson from last time. Yeah, it rotates, so it's not constantly daytime. I'm not going to put my cannons here because I've learned from last time, if a gas giant gets in the way of the cannons won't shoot. But this is the planet with all of the critical resources. This planet has sulfuric acid, so this planet's good specifically for anything that needs that. Which is to say, titanium alloy, it's great for that. And it's great for making graphene, but I wouldn't bother with making graphene that way when I've got fire ice that I could use back here from the gas giant. There's more efficient options. I kind of want to look at this planet, see what the organic crystalline spiniform looks like before we actually set up properly. Let's work out what the system looks like. So we need to know what all the planets are, right? Before we can really come up with a plan. We don't know if it's just sulfuric acid is just those tiny puddles. Even if it's just the tiny puddles, we should be able to extract out of it indefinitely though. Like, look, I click the sun. It's a sulfuric acid ocean, so even if it is essentially a puddle, it counts as a limitless supply for my purposes. That's one of the reasons I selected this system, because it's got water somewhere. I think it's got, I forget where the water is. It said it had water somewhere. It's got crude oil and water here. And it's got sulfuric acid here, so water, crude oil, sulfuric acid, fire ice, and hydrogen are all limitless resources. It's just the rate at which we get them. We've got a few of each engine, so we can upgrade some roads or arms or assemblers if we really want to. Yeah, Chaos Borealis. We came all this way for these planets. We've got one really good planet, which is this one. Let's not fly into the ice giant. This is an ice giant, right? Looks like an ice giant. This is probably a really nice planet. Pretty good. Few swamps. It's got some silicon. It's got some... It doesn't have titanium, so titanium would need to be shipped here if we were to do that here as well. But our goal here is the Dyson sphere, not necessarily the cubes. We want the Dyson sphere and the space warpers. Warp whatever the space warpers give us back. And then if the system's still working back where we came from, we'll link it up from the other system's side. The crude oil actually seems to not be on its entire own side of the planet this time. It's mixed in. 11 a second? Oh, that's massive. 2 of them at 11 a second. The veins are millions big, which is a good sign. Should last us a while. Except for copper. I remember that. We'll have to focus where we build based on the one copper vein. We have to ship in titanium and silicon. That's not too hard. What an interesting planet. There's the copper, 1.2 million. This is the... There's 1.2 million copper here. Just under this tree. There's 1.2 million copper on the entire planet. This is it. So it's enough to get started on with some things. I think a lot of things don't take copper. Like copper is one of the basic ingredients, but all it really goes into half the time is just circuit boards and coils. Yeah, that's all it goes into. Whereas iron goes into magnets and just about everything. Steel. I feel like copper's definitely utilized less, so it would last some time, but then again it would only be a single stream of it we'd have on this planet to anywhere. Okay, let's look at the other two. The windy one that's like, I think the windy one will be just like the one from our home system. The one where we came from at the start of the game. Here it is, 2. And then we'll look at the volcanic sulfuric planet, which is down here somewhere. It'll be planet 1, right? Because it's closest. It's the opposite side of the sun, that's why I don't see it. There. It's better than our starting system for sure, because we don't necessarily need to ship everything. I've got to decide though, on the other planet, the far out one where I'm going to put my resources. Oh, there's not much copper here either. Which planet's got all the copper on it? Or is it just those two? It's 95 million copper. The copper's probably on the... yeah, half of it's on this planet. The copper's definitely on the inner planets, but we've got plenty to distribute if we need to. I can see it being a problem later though. Yes, this is just like the windy one back home where we got the titanium from. It's got no silicon. Not really much new to see there. This sun is so innocent. Is the research up there in the top left even proceeding anymore? I hope so. I hope I didn't mess up something big. Yeah, it's ticking down. Slightly. So here's a hot planet. With everything on it, plus sulfuric acid. So because it's got the sulfuric acid, that's why I'm wanting to kind of save this planet for later. Yeah, it is kind of just puddles again, but it's an ocean, we can draw from it what we need. This is a real big ocean somewhere. Construction area 98.2%, so it's only here and there where we get it, but it is a constant supply that we can pull from. Titanium. I never saw what the spiniform looked like, did I? I should go back. I think it was planet 4. Yeah, I have no idea how viable it's going to be to send stuff back to the other system. I'm sure it's an option, but a good one? So organic crystals, if it's just in the trees, that's a bit of a worry. So I was expecting it to be an actual vein. Organic crystal, 5.8 million. It's all in one vein here. We do not want to build around that. So we can tap into that when we need it. On the opposite side of the planet, where's the copper? That's where we want to build around. We've only got one copper. Copper's here. Organic crystals are there. So we want to build away from the main ocean with this copper. But yeah, the very first thing we'll have to do here is set up basic factories to give us a handful of items. So that as we use what we have, we can replace them. Yeah. Actually, no, this is the important planet. This planet's got everything. This isn't our throwaway planet. The throwaway planet's far off. What am I talking about? We want to build our basic factory on planet 5. Or planet 3? 2. Planet 2 doesn't have silicon though. Would I rather have a short supply of copper? Depends. Do we need copper for roads? Probably. No, just iron. What does copper go into? Electric things, buildings, engines. Alright. Yeah, copper only goes into a couple things, doesn't it? We chew through it quickly, but it would stop as soon as the box is full. I'm not stacking the boxes up super high. This is just to set up the basic things that don't need anything too rare to make, like engines, so I can pick them up if I want to craft a faster road, for example. And then as soon as we have our stockpile, I'll be going to one of the other planets, perhaps that planet near the gas giant, the ice giant, and I'll be setting up the things required for the cannons to make solar sails and load them into the cannons, which should be pretty easy. If we tap into the ice giant, we can immediately get some free what's it called? Some free fire ice for this. And the fire ice can just give us this. And this gives us... Whoop, there's the planet. And the fire ice can... You feel asleep? How can you feel asleep? You're awake. Unless you're sleep typing. But that's spooky. Yeah, so I'll be automating the production of these, which is pretty easy. This is just twice smelted rocks. or smelted then assembled rocks, and this is just copper and iron. And this is just fire ice. Definitely easier than feeding in all that coal. So we'll be able to set up the solar sail factory. We'll ship the solar sails off to the planet near the sun and fire them off. Then we'll need to build this, and I'd like to maybe put on this planet the ingredients I need for things such as I want to have on this planet these ingredients and perhaps these ingredients, just so I can craft more cannons if I need to. Oh, you fell asleep. Ah. And these ones won't go anywhere, they'll just be making them, however inefficiently, just one machine to one machine to one machine to a box. The biggest concern is the copper, because we've only got the one supply here, don't we? 2 million, 2 million. That's everything. The speed's not the main issue here. The main issue is making sure we have a stockpile. Small carrier rockets will require these, which is pretty easy. We can make those here entirely, I think. As long as it's not taking oil or atoms or something, it takes water. Ignore that. We're going to need to ship things anyway. But yeah, the place to start is definitely here, and it'll just be setting up a road factory, a factory for these, for the basic tier 1 items, except for plastic and graphene. Maybe some tier 2 items. Maybe. And the engines. What does this take? Diamonds and strange matter, which takes deuterium. Yeah, it's going to be tricky as well. Deuterium is where we're going to fall apart in the system if we're not careful. And we need the deuterium for the lenses. Do we need the lenses for these? We do. No. We need deuterium anyway though, to go into the fuel rod. I got it mixed up. We need the fuel rod, not the strange matter. We need these, which I'll do the excess solar sails into. And these, which just take a bit of silicon, which we got plenty of here. 37 million of it. This is a nice planet. Why couldn't I have had this planet in my starting system? It would have been so good. Just all the resources in one place. Yeah. Just a few factories. Nothing efficient, just something that gives us a stockpile gradually. So we'll really need somewhere to pick stuff up. Only 300 more points. Oh no. This is where I'll be stopping though. Maybe next time. Very close though. Titanium. I'm sorry. yeah, I'll be stopping here. Stay tuned, because I'm going to roll the credits, and we'll look for somebody to raid. Anybody with at least 1,000 channel points can suggest who they'd like me to raid. Here is the Discord if anybody's interested in joining. Yeah. Thanks to everybody for watching. I really hope that you enjoyed it. Bye. Nobody redeems the reward, I'll just pick who to stream based off who is online. Alright. Here's the credits. Oh no! Okay, no credits then. Let's see who's online. Let's raid VV Space. They were here earlier. Take care, everyone. Bye.